As much as I hate to say it, my grandma, she was wrong. My grandma Barbara, love her to death. She lived in the guest apartment that we had next door to our house. And she would greet me every day I came home from school. And if I came home and I was maybe slouching a little bit, maybe from having the heavy backpack on all day, she would yell at me to stand up straight and pull my shoulder blades down and back. And I'm sure if you're anything like me, you've probably heard that before from people in your family. And while our families mean well, this cue of shoulder blades down and back is often more counterproductive than it is productive. And the reason is that our shoulder blades don't dictate the position that our trunk goes into. So if we are slouched all day, let's say, well, our shoulder blades aren't going to be the thing that pulls us out of it. We're in that position oftentimes because we're tired, and by slouching, we can lean on the ligaments on our lower back or upper back and things that don't require a lot of energy to hold ourselves up. So maybe we're in class, we're listening to a lecture we don't find particularly interesting, and we get a little sleepy. This is an easy position of rest that doesn't require a lot of energy. And while we don't want to be there all day, using our shoulder blades to try to reorient our body upwards isn't a great way to go about that, because our body didn't get there because of what our shoulder blades wanted to do in the first place. And if we think of the way our arms or our shoulder blades function in life or in sport, they need to be away from midline. So pulling our shoulder blades down and back actually restricts how much our arm can move. Because in order to reach into an overhead cabinet or throw a ball, your shoulder blade needs to rotate upwards and away from the center of our body. So pulling our shoulder blades down and back actually reinforces the opposite and can create some patterns that maybe aren't productive for some of the activities that we want to perform. And some of the drills that I teach a lot of my patients involve being able to be strong with our shoulder blades away from midline. For example, a push-up. Many times with a push-up, people tend to perform it with your shoulder blades pulled down and back in this big puffy chest position. But again, we don't function with our arms pulled back like this in sport. So in fact, what I'd rather people be able to do is be able to set themselves up in a push-up position while they reach their chest away from the ground to feel their armpit muscle, a muscle called your serratus anterior, that helps to orient your rib cage in a much more effective position and give a lot better stability and control to your shoulder blades, which hopefully then can carry over into the activities or the sports that really matter to you. Same thing goes for any drills where we're pressing overhead. Rather than keep our shoulder blades pinned back and then try to press from there, I want to facilitate that shoulder blade movement, allow that shoulder blade to rotate upwardly as you press overhead to hopefully complement all the different aspects of what reaching overhead can entail. Finally, you can do other drills in your warm-ups or maybe during rest breaks at the gym, such as a dumbbell pullover, to reinforce your trunk position as you bring your arm overhead. So while we work on getting your shoulder blades up and around the rib cage, we're not facilitating this extended back position that can feed into more of those shoulder blades down and back positions. So long story short, rather than thinking of shoulder blades down and back to try to correct our posture, we have to ask ourselves if that's the thing that's causing this postural issue to begin with. Perhaps instead, think of a string pulling you from the top of your head to the ceiling. That will oftentimes reorient things a little bit more effectively, but many times posture may not be the real issue in the first place. Perhaps it's something deeper, and whatever posture you choose to rest in isn't that big of a deal, or maybe isn't the main problem or culprit causing you to want to rest in these sort of slouched positions, let's say. If you're out there and you have any challenges or curiosities about your posture, or maybe you have some shoulder issues, or you just want to learn to be able to train more effectively where you're hopefully reinforcing the things that are most effective for what matter to you in your sport, contact us. We would love to be able to help.